Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the studio and we're going to just do a quick project and kind of contain this Monstera. So we transplanted this Monstera last winter. She's still doing good in her pot. I don't feel like I need to move the pot up. I will, while we're here together, go ahead and check her roots just by pulling the pot out of this decorative container and looking on the bottom of, oh, look at that. There's lots of roots coming out. Well, there you go. That tells me I need to up the pot. So, all right, let's get a bigger pot. See, that's too big. This one will do good. It's just a little bit bigger. You never want to transplant your plant up too many pot sizes. It's just better for the plant and less shock if you just gradually bump up the size. So I'm just going to use our everyday potting soil and put it right into this container. And I wanted to make sure it has plenty of drainage, so let's see. Might actually mix it up in this container, actually. Let's do that. Yikes! See, she's top heavy. That's what we're actually trying to address this evening. I love seeing Monsteras just sort of take over half a room or a big corner in a house or a restaurant or an office building or something. I just don't have the space to let her sprawl out as much as she will want to. Okay, so I've put in just a little bit of perlite. I don't know if you could tell the white little bits in there are perlite. So we're just gonna put some soil down on the bottom. And we'll take her, oops, out of here as carefully as I can. I don't want to break anything. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see what's going on. I'm just trying to loosen it up around the edge. Okay. Yeah. A lot more root bound than I thought she was. Okay. So you can see how root bound she is, or how many roots are sort of circling the bottom. I'm just gonna pull those circling roots down to encourage them to grow in a more natural pattern. So I'm not tearing any of the roots or cutting any of the roots. I'm just sort of untangling them. Okay. So since I've got the pot half undone, let's go ahead and do this a little bit differently. I bought these moss poles. I've made moss poles in the past. I just thought I could kind of cheat and do it this way this time. And so it just comes like so. And you can do one just in the middle, but what I was actually thinking is I might sort of create like a cage for it. So we'll have, just thinking like if I can make it sort of do this and then do one going the other way. Right. We'll see how it goes after we get it all put back together, shall we? Okay. This can go just... All right. Put it back in here. Make sure the roots are beneath the surface. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is just slip this bottom piece here down until it hits right about here. And tap the soil in around it so it's strong. Just same on this side. Okay. All right, so then the next thing I want to do is I want to start supporting the plant itself. So see, this one was laying over the edge like that. So I kind of want to bring it up and start training it to go upward. And then it came with it came with this tape or plant. It's like Velcro. Velcro straps that will allow us to gently hold the plant to the moss pole. Just going to start with a couple and then we'll start playing with if we need more. Alright, so same with this one here. It's laying way over to the side. Bring it up. Okay, so this one naturally goes like that. And let's see, we could do this one. Bring this one up. Here, we could actually tack this one right up to this one, this other pole. And this tape has a fuzzy side and, you know, the loop scratchy side. I'm putting the fuzzy side against the plant just to keep it that much more gentle. Okay, so now we've got a couple of options. Feels fairly natural for this space right here. So I don't really want to force my plant so much that it's gonna, you know, break anything, obviously. And I don't want it to feel that much more stress because it's never been on a support before. So I'm gonna just, I could maybe get it all the way up here, but I think right now I'm just gonna connect it here and then slowly bring it up in a more upright position. And I can feel that it's kind of weighted, so I almost want to also maybe connect this branch right up here. See that? Because I'm feeling kind of like pressure right here. So I feel like if I can connect these two, it sort of helps hold the plant up. All right, so now it's still kind of taking up that much space, but it's going more up than just like falling out and over. And it's no longer top heavy, so it's not rocking around. These aerial roots do take up moisture from the air, but they're not all 100% necessary. So I might take out just a few of these. I'm going to put it in the decorative container, see how these roots lay. And if there's any that are like really awkward or weird, I'm checking to see if any are super weak. This one looks kind of weak up here, and it's coming off of this one. So I can decide which one I want to take off. So let me clean up for a second, move it into the decorative pot, and then we'll make decisions about that. Take a look at some of these aerial roots and see if we want to keep any of them. This one is nice and fleshy. It's kind of gives it some fun drapey texture. These two are super, super long, and this one has an extra one coming off of there. So I feel like maybe just take this one out. It feels a little weak up there anyway, so I'm just going to take that one off. And this one feels nice and strong. This one is a little weak, so we'll take that one off. This one. Oops. Let's get rid of these. So essentially they're all kind of on one side, and then this side doesn't really have any. So I have it on a round table that the aerial roots just drop down. If they touch the floor, I don't think these ones will, because it's kind of a tall table. But once they start touching the floor, I'll probably remove those as well. And then by that time, hopefully there will be more out. Plants that throw off aerial roots, you don't want to just completely strip them of their aerial roots, because obviously they need them for something. And most of them really take advantage of their aerial roots to take in more oxygen and moisture from the air. So I don't like to completely strip them, and it gives the plant its own special, sort of texture that is unique to the plant. So I don't really want to take that away from the plant either. This is a Monstera deliciosa. Deliciosa? I don't know. Alright. Well, I'm pretty happy with that, and since it's all kind of facing, like, if it's not facing the window, but it is facing this window because I have it sitting this way, it's kind of flat on the side. So I will make sure that this flat side is actually facing the window that it sits in front of, so that the plant will start leaning towards the light, and then we'll just do a quarter turn every time. Oh, I keep making shadow, sorry. We'll do a quarter turn every time I water, and that'll just help the plant have a more even canopy in the future. It's just the way that I tied it up. It kind of ended up that way. And I could have manipulated the stems more and forced them to bend other directions, but I really just wanted to lift it up. I didn't really want to have to change what the plant was already doing. Yeah. So, and I do like these moss poles that are bendable because they blend in nicely. You don't really notice them that much in the container, especially once this side's all leafed out. Because one of my biggest pet peeves of structures in plants is the structure becomes the highlight of the plant rather than the plant itself. I don't necessarily really want to look at the structure. I want to look at the plant. So in, like in this direction here, you're really not looking at the structure at all. You're just seeing all the beautiful leaves. So that is going to do it for this video. What does she have on her? Strange. You know what? This leaf has some weird something on it, so I'm just gonna take it off. Oh, this might have been one of the older leaves. I got this plant on discount from a local nursery because their cat kept chewing on it. And that is what this looks like. It was like, but healed now because I've had it for a year. I was like, what could possibly have all these little tiny cat tooth marks on it? I'm sure that's what that is. Okay, well, it's fine. The other interesting thing about Monsteras, if you didn't know this, is the plant leaves come out whole like this in a heart shape. And then as they grow, they start splitting. And eventually they become very, very deeply dissected, which is kind of a cool thing that it does. All right. Well, that's it. I was just wanting to show you how I was creating more structure for a big plant that wants to be a monster. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Of course, we want to water it in after it's been transplanted to make sure that there's no air pockets in there, and get it all settled into its new soil and home.